Red Bull on the cut. Oh my god! What an amazing race this is! Gary, your 2022 World Drivers Champion!
Hello everyone, it's a hype guy front row walkout with us on UK ball on the front row. Deep here in P3. That is Vestio, Don Durando and Dal Boxar from Rocket Trembley and Livery. That's got Puxmucci, Taco Van Horn, Chaos Adelaide, Marcus Adelaide, Nicholas Palomino, Alex Silla, Ultra Spiky CB, Chris Cornwell, Sebastian Ocampo, Carl Seguado, Revo, Matthew Hart, Iago, Lampron and Theory Headley. So here we go, it's the penultimate round of the season. The work has been well and truly cut out for the likes of the Old Bulls, UK Ball and Andalay. As the lights go out, we go green in Abu Dhabi to start the penultimate round of the season. Obviously, it's a good start for BDS on the Hypersoft tyre. As Sergio are going to go straight for a moving out of the race already. Goes De Benedetto and Bogdasarov coming to blows at turn 1 as we've got a pile up already. This is not a good start to this race. Many drivers getting caught up in incidents, all because of this one crash. We've got 3 retirements, and Andalay is out of the race, and his championship hopes, which were already minimalistic, are also gone. He is now out of championship contention, and him, De Benedetto and Bogdasarov's race have all came to an end at turn 1 in towards turn 2. There's other drivers as well getting caught up as they now have damage on their cars as the VSC comes to an end. I don't know who's got the best VSC restart out of the guys at the top. The top 3 in this race are the top 3 in the championship contention. Now BDS off to an incredible getaway by the looks of things, as he is up there in first position with UK Ball right behind. Now it's expected that BDS does better in the first stint than UK Ball, just due to the fact that he's on Hypersofts versus UK Ball being on the Ultrasofts. Now as we head on to the second lap of this race, BDS, he led the whole way, and out of the race there goes Iago, and as well that is Yopal of Livery getting involved in that collision as the second virtual safety car in this race, and Livery is there without a front wing. Palomino coming into the pits just to get that pit stop done. His car already with a lot of damage, 1%, now straight back up to 100 as he moves on to the Hypersoft tyre. It's a great way to just get your pit stop done. But on a fresh set of tyres, you know, if in fact you're not even dead last. And also, your car's repaired. So, not the worst of outcomes for Palomino. Now, he is at risk of losing his position to Revo, which he does lose that position to. But yeah, the top 3 so close to each other. Versio trying to get that move done on Davy Serchiera, which that move does not work out. Versio, though, sending it down the straight from 4th all the way into 1st almost. Fon gets a 5-second penalty for causing collision, but the top 4 just absolutely exploded there with Versio's very questionable move. It's one that worked though, as you came all now behind Davy Serchiera and into the hotel section. None of them making contact, which comes to my surprise. Like, very much to my surprise. But everyone seems to be fine throughout the section. No one is really side by side, so I'm going to see no big crashes at this section. But I mean, Palomino and Revo close to each other, but not enough to actually get a good attack. I mean, Revo, hitting Palomino, forcing him off of the track there. Palomino somehow without damage. Headley has got the fastest lap of this race, but I imagine that's going to change at the end of this lap. The driver behind just fighting a lot. As you see, Cable's tyres doing a lot better, and so Kiera's the Hypersofts are now finally wearing out. As oh, what a dive there! Was that DB Sergio new Cable there? Because that was a very, very aggressive move. And now on lap 3 of this race, Cable up into 3rd position, finally getting ahead of Theo, who's the outsider in this like top 3 fight in the championship. He just appeared to be there in that part of the race. As now the Britain of Cable trying to get closer to Serkiera. He's found a bit of an opening. Serkiera is going to shut that door, and Cable can't get ahead. And surprisingly, no BDS or Serkiera have came into the pits yet. Versio, he comes in, so he's obviously not going to risk it. He's just going to go for the undercut, which should work out. He should be past the top 3 by the time they all come in the pits, assuming he's not held up in traffic and no virtual safety cars interrupt this race from now on. We are terribly expected that UK will get ahead of Serkiera soon, because his tyres, they're better than Serkiera's, they're better than BDS's. He should be ahead realistically at this moment. If he wants to have the chance of being a champion, he needs to get into the race win. He needs to get in the race winning position. To be honest, Versio is his only hope of getting this championship. As after barrel on for David Serkiera, UK will get closer with the slipstream. Look to the inside, but he couldn't find the room. But this time on the exit of turn 9, he's found that. He's found the traction and he's found the room. The two are side by side as they head towards the hotel area. Serkiera being very aggressive on his defense. Very clear. He's making it very clear to UK he wants P2 at least. As into the pit lane comes Davy Serkiera. BDS also coming in. Now Versio, I already said I expect him to be ahead of these guys, but it's going to be a difficult task for him because he's been held up there by Lamfong and the Williams. Of course, Fong isn't required to let Versio by. Very aggressive defense from Lamfong. I don't know why he's defending this. As now heading down the main straight, Versio is going to be ahead of BDS only just actually. As Serkiera leaves the pits there, just fine. BDS almost making contact, but that is Versio in the net race lead right now, as he is just struggling to get ahead of these guys. Palomino, you have to try and go on the inside of him. He can't do that. Well, technically Palomino is in the net race lead, however, he did pit like what lap Wallace fingers through, because Versio on Taco Van Horn looked like a planned swap there at Toro Rosso. I don't know about that one though. Van Horn looking like he wants to get the move on Versio. As he tries to get closer to Palomino, that should be an easy job there, but Matthew Hart's slow in the straight. Like, really slow in the straight. That's gonna come to the cost of Versio getting that position and holding it, because now Palomino's ahead of him. So the progress has been neutralised there, as now UK and Hux Fiduci are close to each other, and there is a possibility of rain, surprisingly. If you look at them clouds, are getting dark. We could see a very rare occurrence of rain in Abu Dhabi. As new tyres going on, they are very clearly slick tyres, and it is the super softs on for UK, but he's been held up, and this is very bad for him, as his rivals will all pass by. BDS in 3rd, Serkiera in 4th. Let's see, we had the fastest lap of this race. As you can see right there, currently in 9th position, with Finucci right behind him. Just getting overtaken by Marcus Adelaide. He's down in 11th place, and he's got to get these places made up very quickly, because that is his legitimate position now after all these pit stops. Well, actually, it'd be 10th, because his heart is still yet pit, but other than that, all these other positions are just legitimate. As he moves up into P10, which is the net P9, as Headley goes on the inside there of livery, trying to fight his way through, and he has fought his way through. He's up into 7th now. But it's Van Horn versus Theo leading a 1-2 here in Abu Dhabi, with BDS and Serkiera in 3rd and 4th, which are the positions UK needs him in, but he only needs him in there if he's leading. So that's going to make things very awkward for him. And surprisingly, Van Horn staying out another lap. His tyres are going to be very shredded as they've just gained a lot of shreds there. So you have to be very careful there. Only as the pit stop is going to be very much due for him as Rainbow and Ultra just proved sandwiching Cornwall, putting him into a Ferrari sandwich. Verstier now wants his place. He wants to get ahead of Van Horn. He's got the tyres to do it. He needs to make use of them because BDS is right behind and he will not be afraid to go for a move. He knows he's got to do anything to get this World Championship. And he is going to do that thing. He moves up there into second place. Now on the verge of first position. As Van Horn, is he going to defend this one? I don't think he'll even need to. Because he's just got much better speed on the exit of turn 7. And in towards turn 9. Van Horn will keep the lead for Toro Rosso. I don't know what we're witnessing right now. With Toro Rosso leading the way. Ukebo slowly but surely making his way up the field. As he is stuck in a massive pack. This is very detrimental to his World Championship. And it has just faded away completely in the last few races. Especially Brazil is out of the race there. Oh! Massive crash. BDS and Van Horn coming together at the final corner. And for David Sakiera, this is huge in the World Drivers' Championship. All he needs to do now is win this race and he will be the World Champion. And for free pit stop on the virtual safety car, it is looking very likely that he could do this. The virtual safety car is coming to an end. And okay, well, these are good getaway. He's going to move up into 5th. But for Sakiera, he is in prime position to secure the championship early. He went into this points 2 race ahead. He went this race 2 points ahead. And he could come out of this race as the world champion. BDS is out of the race due to that massive crash of Taco Van Horn. And now, it is all up to Sakiera to get this championship secured. And now heading towards turn 6, Sakiera might send it on versus Theo. He could, but he's not going to. He obviously is playing it safe with the hardest tyre available to him. As he looks to activate the active arrow once more. Heading down the straight, he's going to have to get this move done in turn 9 very quickly. But he's not going to do that. He's just keeping Versteel there in 3rd place. He's going to try his best. Obviously, I think Sakiera should just take it carefully. He doesn't even need to win this race. He can just be very careful about it. Also, I was thinking Sakiera was on the hardest tyre available. No, he's not. He's on the softest tyre available. The hyper soft tyres. I didn't pay attention. I looked at the colour on the left hand side instead of the colour on the tyre. And Versteel going for a move on Hux Finucci, who is unable to do much of a defence. Never mind, he's actually done very great defence there. And now Sakiera gets closer and closer to Versteel in the Red Bull. Heading into turn 5. He's going to go for this move. Look at that ERS activated. It is extremely powerful. He moves through it to 2nd. And 1st is a possibility here as Rocket Grumley, leader of this race, could be expected to lose soon. Finucci on the inside, he's managed to get back up in that 2nd position, wheel bumping with Crumbly, as now David Sakiera will move back up into 2nd. Finucci moves out of the way to not be a threat to him. And for Rock Crumbly, he's just trying to defend now. UK1 and P5, but the top 4 separated by only a 2nd, as Versteel and David Sakiera are side by side and head towards the hotel area. Was that contact possibly? I don't know, but somehow David Sakiera surviving without any damage. That came to a massive shock. There's contact! Oh my god! Oh! Huge incident at the penultimate corner once more. And you can't make this up. UK Ball will be back into contention now. He is in 4th place. 5 laps to go. And if he can just secure some solid points, we will be looking at a 3-way title decider in the next race in Madrid. I can't believe these biblical scenes we are seeing right now. And now Versteo getting closer to Rocket Grumpy. And he is going to go for this move on the inside line, sending it now into turn 5. And he has just found that room but can he get this move secured? There it is, the active arrow is enabled for him, as now he gets alongside Crumbly. These two are going to be neck and neck, in towards the next corner at turn 6, and there's contact! There's contact between the two! And yes, this time there is damage. Theo, unlucky with that one, active arrow enabled for him. Fanucci there is second place, just unable to do anything. Well, that he wants to get ahead of Theo, but it's going to be difficult. Theo is on the better tyre, but I don't think they're going to get to the end. And out of the race there this time goes Spiker in the Williams car. And that time it's at turn 6. Considering he may have been alone, that could have been an engine failure on his end. But this VSC is a good moment for the teams to calm down, think of any strategy changes they may want to make. But this race having so much drama, just like in Brazil last time. It's a very climactic end to the season. Of course, this is only round 15. We still have one more round to go after this. This is the race that prepares the title decider, and Fanucci, off to a great getaway. However, the lack of grip on them tyres is also going to come to his demise. UK Ball and Crumbly both in the pits, not risking anything, but UK Ball to score 5 points or higher in this race to stay in contention for the World Championship. Moving on to Ultra Soft Stairs, Cornwell picks up a 5-second penalty. Now, I don't know where UK Ball's going to come out. So UK Ball must finish 11th or higher. That will grant him the 5 points he needs. So there he's going to lead the pit lane. Now it's pretty much just going to be damage limitations. He needs to try and do his best. But look at this, so many drivers now ahead of him. He could be out of this title fight. We'll have to see what happens though towards the end of the race. Possible pit stops coming in though for Fanucci and Theo, which is going to be good for UK Ball in the way, but he'd have to try and make a lot of time up. Ocampo, 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. There he is in that Red Bull, as it is just a massive pack fight here. Cornwell looking to the inside to try and get Ravo in. Oh! Massive hit there into turn 9, and out goes Cornwell. I think that's going to be Theo coming into the pit, and it is. He is in. Fanucci also into the pit lane. So that's going to be 3 stops for them, and this should be our expected top 2 in this race. Will anyone else though be willing to come into the pit lane? UK Ball now in P12. UK Ball now at this point only needs to get one more position. That'll give him the 5 points he needs. He's in P12 and he's currently looking at getting to P11. As we're now on lap 12, there is 3 more laps to go in this race for race leader versus Theo and runner-up Fanucci. Hart comes into the pit lane, as well as Livery. Ultra also in. And that is also with Watto into the pits as well. And UK Ball now up into 10th place now. And he has Theory, Headley, and Palomino fighting each other for P8. And Headley is going to be ahead of Nicholas Palomino. And now we're heading into turn 5. That's Palomino there in 9th as UK Ball now back in contention for the World Championship. And for Palomino, he's got a massive task here to try and hold off UK Ball. And he's going to have to try to take some risks, and this is looking like a one that he may end up taking into turn 6, trying to force Palomino into a different line. Palomino does not budge. He refuses to do that. Top 2 should be safe to go at the end of the race. Other drivers though, I'm very uncertain about. Ravo, his tyres don't look that safe. Marcus Adelaide, they would make it to the end. Theory Hadley moving up there into P6, UK Ball now into 8th position. It's been a great comeback from the pit stop. Lap 13 out of 14, and looks like everyone else still out on track is going to stay out on track. So yeah, if UK Ball needs to make up these places legitimately. There's going to be no pit stops or anything to do this. He needs to actually make these places up by fighting for them. Lucky for him though, people are so close to each other as he now up into 7th. And he's just constantly making points in on the championship lead. As Adelaide and Headley are right ahead. Headley's tyres wearing out. Crumbly's not so much. Silla's tyres are wearing out, but he is easily in 3rd position right now. As here's Palomino going for a move on Ravo. I think here into turn 6 that is going to be him up into 8. As he came all behind Max Adelaide, needs to get this move done ASAP, but it's not been a good exit for him. And using his active arrow, he's just not close enough to Max Adelaide to get this move. It's probably going to be a miracle now. He probably needs someone like Ahmed Silla to crash or something. And Silla looks perfectly fine. He's just keeping his car under control despite the wear on it. And yeah, UK gets closer and closer to Max Adelaide. He might have to go for a move on the outside. He gets close, but it's not close enough. And it's going to have to be a move down Main Straight, but there's not enough battery as Adelaide has deployed it. Lap 14 though, and Verstia is currently on for a first career victory. Matthew Hart at the fastest lap of this race. And Lamb Fog to go for a move on Ravo. Ultra taking that fastest lap away. And now Verstia, he's heading in towards turn 9. The final sector on the racetrack. UK will still be down in 7th place. Now Stars, you'll gain 9 points back in the championship. There we go, holding over, but I don't think it's going to be enough anyways. He looks like it looks like he will miss out on obtaining P6 this race. But here we go, around the final 2 corners, Verstia is going to win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, one of the most chaotic ones we've ever seen. He wins for Red Bull for the first time ever. As Finucci will cross life 2nd place for his season best with the Ford team. Ahmed Silla will bring home an incredible podium for the Opel GP World team. He's done amazingly to do that. Rack Club is going to finish in 4th position. Stevie Henley is in 5th. Max Adelaide will get UK Ball at the line. They're neck and neck actually, and UK Ball will be behind. However, he is in championship contention, as it's now fight between the top 3 in the championship. So BDS and Sergio are separated by 2 points into the final race of the season. They're going to battle it out in Madrid. UK Ball could still win, however he is 21 points back, so that is a big goal to achieve. It's very unlikely he'll win it, but Sergio and BDS could crash out. But with Avastio, your winner today, he is the 11th different winner. This is just crazy. 11 different winners, 15 races, it's been incredible. Hutsuchi gets 2nd place from Ahmed Silla, and with that, let's listen to the Brazilian national anthem. That's it for your race, especially on first from Finucci and Silla. That was currently Henley, Adelaide, UK Ball, Palomino, Fong, Hart, Livery, Ravo, Ultra, Eduardo, Ocampo, Cornwell, Cornwell, CB, Sakira, Van Horn, BDS, Iago, Adelaide, Demedo, and Boxov all out of the race. And with that we're done for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We'll see you next time in Madrid, where BDS and Sergio battle out for the 4th and 3rd titles respectively. Can't wait to see you then. Goodbye.